It in the house are doing, so you might not have a clue what I'm talking about. So Sony PlayStation 4. So in Hong Kong, right, it's supposed to be a semi-autoritarian state. No, Beijing shouldn't have any interference with Hong Kong, but they do, and this is what the humanity wants. They don't want to interfere with China. They think China's too powerful. They think China can do whatever they want, and nobody's really going to stand up to them. Especially this country. This country wouldn't defend anything with China. No. But yeah, they want to stop people from criticizing the People's Republic of China, the communist regime in China. They want to stop people doing that on PlayStation Network, and you will be probably investigated and probably arrested for criticizing the Communist Party in Hong Kong. And this is in Hong Kong. Like, look it up. Look it up. It's ridiculous. And this is what's going to happen in Ireland. I bet you any money. Because again, the Chinese government have a huge investments in this country. More or less they're running the country and they're giving a few bob to Hole and Leo and they're getting a few bob in the background. And again, this country, this government wouldn't say boo to China, and they take the money off China. And again, China's responsible for the COVID-19. Simple as that. I'm saying this straight. China should take some responsibility. And in this country, they don't want people saying that. They don't want people saying that. But it's only fair. It's only fair that they take responsibility because again, they tried to suppress information. They tried to hide it. And again, it didn't do good at the end of the day. Loads of people are dead. Over 1,000 people in this country are dead from it. The amount of businesses, amount of people's livelihoods are damaged and destroyed because of it is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Like, honest to God, you couldn't count it. And across the world, if you add up every country, it's untold damage. And China should pay. China should pay economic sanctions for it. But yeah, we're going back to this. This is a fundamental. Like, Hong Kong should be a democracy anyway. It shouldn't be a communist regime. And people are allowed to criticize. And I say this to the communist regime if you want to take me away of trying to execute whatever you want to do. Because again, I would have faith that maybe not so much faith that this Irish government would defend if I did get shot on sovereign Irish territory, that they wouldn't give out peck about it. But I hardly doubt to care less. I hardly doubt to probably get a few bob extra for it. But yeah, just saying it straight. This is what's going to happen across the world soon. We won't be allowed to criticize China on PSN or anything like that, or joke about China or anything like that. I criticize China every time I'm on PSN. You hear me often giving out about China. I give out about China to my friends and everything like that. And how the communist regime bullies people and imprisons people for no reason. And when I say that every time, and if the Chinese government have a problem with it, then all means come to Ireland if you want to. But again, I believe in free speech. I believe that people are entitled, no matter if it's the King of Scotland, no matter who it is, you're entitled to, or any government, you're entitled to criticise them on any policy. Because again, that's what they're there for. Because again, if you have no criticism, nothing will ever change. If there's no backlash to any government policy, nothing will ever change. It'll just be the same. And that's what the dictatorship's all about. Not having anybody criticising you. Just one will, one voice, one party. Which is what China is. One voice, nobody criticising them. Again, they're allowed to do whatever they want. At least in this country, there's some kind of opposition. Which is something that I relatively don't say about this country, because again, this country sometimes looks at communist China, with some of the policies they're implementing, like the mother baby homes, for example. I don't know what devil came into them and said, that would be a good idea to seal it for 30 years. Like, honest to God, I don't know what kind of demons they have in the back of their head. But yeah, just saying it straight. If ever does come like that in Ireland, like I say to Sony, don't. And this is with corporations. Just say this about corporation. Don't bow to China. Really, don't bow to China. I wouldn't bow to. If I was leader of Ireland, I wouldn't bow to China. I would tell them to go, pill it off, go away. I don't want to talk to you, Chinese government. I don't want any. I really would break relationship with China. Because again, I don't support sweatshops. The human rights offences are untoward. And obviously, I recognise the Republic of China and Taiwan as the legitimate government of China. And they might not like that either. But anyway. It's my opinion. Again, free speech, not hoarded from China. No such thing as free speech. Great country, isn't it? Great country. So yeah, I'm using my constitutional right of the Irish Constitution, along with the the United Nations Human Declaration of Independence. No, not independence. Sort of like I can't think of them off also now. But yeah, I'm allowed to criticize China as much as I want. So. And to whenever they want to come over to this country and say, "Oh, go Irish government implement this," and there would be no backlash, because again, becoming a minister is a great country, isn't it? But yeah, I'm sure everybody gets what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm just saying to people, not to allow this to happen, because again, if the communist regime gets off for doing it, because again, Sony should say utterly no, we refuse to take any acknowledgement from any communist, and let them ban PlayStation in China. Let them do it. You don't need their business. There's loads of other countries around the world. You could get tons of, millions from other countries that are legitimate countries: Australia, New Zealand, Japan, South Korea, something like that. And them countries, legitimate democracies, that try care for the people and don't imprison their people for no reason, for speaking up and for having their opinion. And that's just my opinion on it.